Okay. Yes. With a slightly different flavor. Slightly different flavor tonight. Let me check this morning. It's this morning over here. Let me check my levels. Yes. With a slightly different flavor. Yes. Nice and correct. Okay, so this is this a boxing talk with Rafi? Yeah, maybe, and maybe not. But what we're going to be doing this morning, or whatever time it is where you are, is we're going to be taking a look back at a recording I made during earlier. This is what I made earlier regarding a standalone Deontay Wilder resume piece. And then after that, we're going to go into more Wilder talk. So this is a Deontay Wilder special. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is look at his resume. And then we're going to get into some deeper discussion and chat. And there's a couple of more pieces that I wish to share with you. But first and foremost, let's get into the Deontay Wilder resume. About this, but let's get into it. Let's get into it. Let's go. So this is going to be probably too small for you to decipher, but you can pull it up if you have a separate device. But I'll be talking you through it anyway. We're going from his first opponent all the way down to his 39th. Okay, so this might be a tad brutal for the squeamish. I suggest you brace yourselves. I suggest you brace.
Oh yeah, let's give him a PSA. Let's give him a PSA. Warning. Twinkies will swell if you are underage. So be careful because we're bombing you here at Combat Radio.
100%. And I suggest that if you got any small children in the room, I suggest you cover their ears because this ain't gonna be pretty. It ain't gonna be pretty at all. Okay, so let me adjust my mic so you don't lose the sound. First, Ethan Cox was not ranked. That's his first fight. That's fine. He's just learning. So just let's go through this. Second, Shannon Gray was not ranked. Third, Richard Green Jr. wasn't ranked. Fourth, Joseph Rabattle, ranked 393rd in the world. Fifth, Charles Brown wasn't ranked. 6, Kelsey Arnold wasn't ranked. 7, Travis Allen wasn't ranked. 8th, Jerry Vaughan wasn't ranked. 9, Ty Cobb, ranked 399th in the heavyweight world. 10th, Alvaro Morales wasn't ranked. 11, Dustin Nichols was not ranked. 12,
Rafi, can I just interrupt there?
Yeah.
Didn't Dustin Nichols actually put him down though?
Dustin Nichols put him down. Did he stagger him? Did he stagger him or did he go?
I think he actually put him on the canvas.
Put him on the canvas.
Yeah. He put him on his pelvis. Yeah.
Okay, so Dustin Nichols dropped Deontay Wilder. That's in his 11th fight. Dustin Nichols wasn't ranked. 12th, we're talking about Shannon Cardle? Yeah, Shannon Cardle wasn't ranked. 13th, Harold Sconias wasn't ranked. 14th.
Harold Sconias also put him down.
Harold Sconias dropped him. That's a well-known one. That's a well-known fact. Harold Sconias, who wasn't ranked, dropped him in his 13th fight, in Deontay Wilder's 13th fight. 14, Dan Sheehan wasn't ranked. 15th, DeAndre Abron wasn't ranked. 16, Reggie Pina wasn't ranked. 16, wasn't Joshua fighting for a world title around that time?
Yeah. So 15 was Dillian White.
Yeah.
16 was Charles Martin.
Yep, Charles Martin. Yep.
So So in Anthony Joshua's 16th fight, he was fighting for the IBF World Championship. In Deontay Wilder's 16th fight, he was fighting the unranked Reggie Pina. So when I come up to the landmarks for Joshua, you just feel free to drop in. So 17th. Who was Joshua fighting his 17th fight?
Yeah, that was not Brazil.
Okay. So it could have been Brazil in the 17th. Deontay Wilder was fighting Damon Reed, ranked 304th in the world. So Joshua's already a world champion in his 16th fight, and Deontay Wilder is fighting Damon Reed, ranked 304th in the world. We're going in, ladies and gentlemen. This is Raphael Dawkins Combat Radio. Do not adjust your sets. Your ears are not playing tricks with you. This is very, very real. Do not adjust your sets. Okay, so that was Damon Reed, 17th. And now we move on to Dominic Alexander in his Deontay Wilder's 18th fight. Wasn't ranked. 19th, Daniel Cutter, ranked 489th in the world. Do not adjust your sets. That's what you heard was correct. 489th. Deontay Wilder in his 19th fight was fighting a 489th ranked. Do not adjust your sets. Has anybody got Joshua's record?
Yeah. We've missed 2 unifications.
Okay. What number fights were the unifications in for Joshua?
Okay, let's check those back.
Because that was there. That was
so
Daniel.
18.
Yeah.
His 18th fight, he unified with Vladimir Klitschko.
In Anthony Joshua's 18th fight, he's unifying with Anthony Joshua and with Vladimir Klitschko. And
in his 20th fight, he unified with Joseph Parker. So he fought Carlos Takam, which was a mandatory for the IBF in between.
Okay, and in his 20th fight, he fought unified with Joseph Parker. Okay, so in Deontay Wilder's 20th fight, do not adjust your sets. This is Raphael Dawkins Combat Radio, boxing talk with Rafi, bringing you the truth, which might just about make your ears bleed. So I hope you got cotton wool and some I don't know, maybe cotton candy, because this might hurt.
And a cup for the swollen Twinkies.
Oh gosh. So now the 20th fight is David Long, wasn't ranked. This is for Deontay Wilder. Who was Joshua fighting his 20th fight?
Sorry, Raphael, I may have made an error.
Okay, don't worry.
That might be the Parker unification.
Okay, the Parker unification came in Anthony Joshua's 20th fight when Deontay Wilder was fighting David. Correction. The 20th fight, Anthony Joshua's 20th fight was Carlos Takam. And good morning to everybody out there. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. So Anthony Joshua's 20th fight was Carlos Takam. His 21st was Parker, 22nd, Povetkin, 23rd, Ruiz 1, 24th, Ruiz 2, and Pulev will be 25. Let us continue. Bid Long, who wasn't ranked. 21st, Marlon Hayes, ranked 368th in the world. Who was Joshua fighting?
Povetkin.
Okay, so while
Povetkin, somebody that Deontay Wilder did a lot to not fight.
Okay, so while Anthony Joshua was fighting Povetkin in his, I think, 20th fight or 21st, something like that.
21st fight.
21st fight.
22nd.
Deontay Wilder was fighting
Povetkin 22nd. Anthony Joshua's 22nd fight was Povetkin. Let us continue.
Marlon Hayes, ranked 368th. Do not adjust your sets. This is Raphael Dawkins Combat Radio, boxing talk with Rafi, bringing you the uncomfortable truth about Deontay, your king, Wilder. Okay, 22nd, Jesse Altmans, ranked 492. That's in Deontay Wilder's 22nd fight. This is the truth.
Where do you get the rankings? Where do you get the rankings for the fighter from, Refi?
No. This is an article on an infographic.
Okay.
So this was drawn up. This is on your screen right now. This was drawn up by a friend of the channels, whether he knows it or not. Okay. So 23rd.
Giving you good credit there, Rafi.
23rd. Owen Beck wasn't ranked. It was Joshua fighting on 23rd.
We're into the Ruiz fights now, I think.
Oh, we're into the damn. So we're up to Ruiz now for Joshua. 24th.
So that's like 2 times.
Yeah, you're gonna have to skip a couple because remember Joshua has less
Fights.
quantity. Yeah, he has less quantity.
Well, we're kind of done with Joshua now. There's no.
We're kind of done with Joshua now because we've gone to 2 time now. I think we're on 2 time.
Yeah.
So
he's gonna fight Pulev. That's it.
Yeah, that's it. That's that. Oh yeah, Pulev. Yeah. So Kurtzon Manswell ranked 310 in the world. This is the 24th professional fight for Deontay Wilder. While Joshua is becoming two-time. Deontay Wilder is fighting the 310th ranked in the world. I apologize once again, ladies and gentlemen. This is Raphael Dawkins, Combat Radio, bringing you the uncomfortable truth about your king, Deontay Wilder.
To this day.
To this day. Well,
your king is in great spirits.
you know, we've got to take Deontay slowly. Deontay's just a baby. So there's no way need to rush him into a fight with Vitaly or Vladimir Klitschko. He's just a baby. He's just got the championship. You got to let him grow, get a few seasons, get a little bit of grass under his belt. And 25th, Damon McCray, ranked 357 in the world. Damn. 26, Kelvin Price was not ranked. 27, Matthew Greer, ranked 325th in the world. This is Deontay Wilder's 27th fight.
Oh my God, I love the 300. I mean, what's going on? This guy's fighting guys that not ranked and they're 300. How is he ever going to be me? Huh, Raph?
28, Audley Harrison, ranked 136.
Oh my goodness.
29, what is that guy? Shahi Lakovic, ranked 43rd in the world. Massive jump. 43rd in his 29th fight. He fights somebody who is in the top 50 for the first time in his career. So Lakovic, there's an asterisk here. Lakovic was a blown up, washed up, way past his prime cruiserweight. Okay, so that's just for some perspective. 30th, Deontay Wilder is now in his 30th fight. Nikolai Further, ranked 121st.
Come back to comparisons. So that is Tyson Fury's had 30 fights. So
that's a good point.
In Tyson Fury's 30th fight, he was fighting Deontay Wilder and became also the 2-time champion.
So
we've managed to produce in this country, two-time world champions,
2-time
in 30 fights or less.
Yeah.
And who did Deontay Wilder fight then? What was his name? Nikolai Further.
Further. F-I-T-F-I.
And so Deontay just made it into fighting top 50 fighters.
Top 50 fighters, and it's a blown up, washed up. No, that was Nikolai. Okay, so Further is 121 in the world, and that's his 30th fight. Okay, do not adjust your sets. This is Raphael Dawkins, Combat Radio, with the uncomfortable truth about Deontay Wilder. And we move to 31. Malik Scott, the infamous Malik Scott, ranked 86th in the world. That was the phantom. That was the phantom shot heard all around the world. Nobody heard it. Nobody heard it. It was just like a whiff past him. It whiffed past him.
Was that the fight that gave him mandatory status for the WBC?
Gave who?
Deontay.
Gave Deontay mandatory status.
Was it the Malik Scott fight?
Did he get Malik Scott? No, I don't think it's that, because he didn't fight. He didn't fight Burma until a couple of fights after. But it is possible.
But I think it's what gave him the mandatory status, because I know that he fought immediately before. Who did he fight? He fought that guy that has got a lawn cutting company from the Deep South. He's one of Joshua's common opponents.
Okay, I'm not sure.
He was already mandatory and had a couple of fights while he was waiting for the mandatory spot.
So that is possible. That is possible. That was his 31st fight. Malik Scott, ranked 86th in the world. That was his 31st fight. 32nd, Jason Gavin.
Yeah, Jason Gavin's a guy that Anthony Joshua fought in like his 10th.
That's the common opponent, isn't it?
Yeah.
And he was 32nd, and he was ranked 194th.
Yeah.
So that's Deontay Wilder's 32nd fight. Now we're going down on the countdown to 33rd. Bermain Stavern, ranked number.
Yeah, it was the Malik Scott fight that made it. So he fought someone who's ranked in the top 90.
Yeah.
To become mandatory for the WBC.
Complete.
And do you guys also notice, guys, that this guy was fighting mostly voluntaries, no ranking, and guys that were highly ranked all the way really low. You notice that, man? This is why I always use the quote from Rocky 3 from Mickey. Remember when he told Rocky, they threw him in front of you, all of them. They threw all of them in front of you. This is exactly what I mean. So Deontay Wilder was not fighting right all this time, and we called it. We called it, John. We called it.
You know the guys that are unranked. I think the reason that most of them are unranked is because they're not heavyweights. The lightest weight fighter that Wilder's fought is a super middleweight.
That's rough. And that's 33rd. Bermain Stavern, considered the first top 10 ranked fighter that Deontay Wilder ever fought, and that took place in his 33rd fight. Yep. You're listening to Raphael Dawkins Combat Radio with the uncomfortable truth about your king, Deontay the Bronze Bomber Wilder. Okay.
I'm your king.
Do not adjust your sets. 34, Eric Molina, ranked 37th. Okay, so we have to point out that that Deontay Wilder beat Bermain Stavern in his 33rd fight. And like I said, that was his first top 10 opponent that most people recognize as a top 10 opponent. That was Bermain Stavern. Deontay Wilder became the WBC heavyweight champion. And that was 33. Now 34, Eric Molina, ranked 37th in the world. And on to 35th, Johan Duhaupas, ranked 34th in the world. And 36, Arthur, these are all title defenses, mind you. These are all title defenses. 36th was ranked Arthur Spilker, ranked 24th in the world. 37th, Chris Arreola, ranked 43rd in the world. 38, Gerald Washington, ranked 41st in the world. And once again, in his 39th fight, the second Bermain Stavern fight, and by this time, this was something like 2 years after the first one, and Bermain Stavern had been pretty much inactive except for one fight, and he was then, at this point, currently unranked. So Deontay Wilder had the audacity as a heavyweight champion to fight someone who was not even ranked. So we've gone from low-ranking opponents before he became a champion, to low-ranking opponents and no-ranking opponents, even as WBC champion.
Roughly, what number are we up to?
We're up to 39. That's where it stops. It stops. 39.
Okay, because I'm just looking at Tyson's. So
yeah.
Mike Tyson won his first heavyweight title at 28 fights. He had his first unification in the following fight. So that's 29. And when did he get in? He got undisputed against Tony Tucker, didn't he? So that's his 31st fight. Mike Tyson became undisputed, then he defended it against Tyrrell Biggs, Larry Holmes, Tony Tubbs, Michael Spinks, Frank Bruno, Carl Williams, and then he lost to Buster Douglas.
So what has become very, very blatantly clear, ladies and gentlemen, is that, well, I'm not going to say, I'm going to let people have their say. Marla.
Oh, it's pretty obvious. His record's pretty crappy. I mean, I've just been going down through it, and to look at it, I suppose you could say Bermain Staverne went the unanimous decision. Then you got Molina, Duhaupas, Spilka, Areola, Washington, Staverne again. And then he stepped up against Ortiz and Fury, and that's his career.
Yeah.
You know, quality-wise, it's pretty ordinary. You've got two really decent opponents in there, and you know, Fury and Ortiz is not bad. And that's about it.
Yes. The boxing Jedi. Okay.
Well, like
boom. So that was the video on Deontay Wilder's resume.
I said, if we notice, you know, Wilder basically was built up. He was built up, and this is what I mean about him taking this third fight. He shouldn't. What he should do is fight all those guys that like I said, that Joshua fought. He needs to fill up that gap, because he went from here to here, you know, and we're supposed to believe that all this was filled up. Look at all those empty fights. Look at all those those low-ranking guys, and now that Mr. Daly came out and pointed out the actual facts that most of them were what? Cruiserweights? Come on, man. This whole style is fugazi. Like, and not even cruiserweights. What did you say, Mr. Daly? Junior middleweights, you said?
No. The lightest weight category he's fought against is a super middleweight.
Look at that.
Some light heavies and some cruisers, and I think there's either one or two career super middleweight.
Right. Look at that. So you know what I mean? Like, you have to understand. This is why I always say. This is why Raph always says, and everyone always says it. You got to listen when we say Joshua is fighting correctly, fighting all the top tens, all of them, and you only have one loss out of all of them, brother. That's miraculous. That's fighting correctly. But now, when you look at Wilder, this is why we say he's fighting incorrectly, because he has no quality, just quantity. As to looking at Wilder, looking at White, looking at all of these contenders now that are diamonds in the rough to most of these guys who've been, you know, how do you say, their attention diverted to, you know, the boxing entertainment crowd across the street. Now that you look at the scale of boxing, you can see now that Wilder was just propped up, and he's having a problem now. That's you know, that's all I have to say. Thank you for that proof. Thank you for that evidence, guys. It was, you know, yeah, I mean, you know, these are facts. You can't argue with any of that. And I'm gonna say it like this: from Parker all the way up to Ruiz, and that's including, you know, guys that Joshua has fought and not Wilder. All of them have a chance now with Wilder. Either outpointing them, by outboxing them, like totally outclassing them, if you know how to box. Or probably putting them to sleep. Andy Ruiz has a big chance.
Well, this is the question that I don't understand.
Yeah.
I've heard this put around a lot now.
Yeah.
There's an argument out there that Wilder has a better chin than AJ. And I'm absolutely baffled by it,
because it is baffling. It is utterly baffling. Let me swing. Damn. Let me swing this mic around and reposition myself so I can get nice and comfortable. So there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Link is in the chat for any who wish to participate. Okay, so yeah, so where? Let's get the music in effect. Okay, let's You're nice and comfortable for this. So there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Deontay Wilder's shameful resume. Yeah, and it ain't good viewing. It ain't good reading. And so I had to put it out there. That was an excerpt from the last chat. Yeah, just enjoy the show, Marla. Just enjoy the show. Yeah. Yeah, so there we have it. The shameful resume of Deontay, the bronze bomber Wilder. Okay, so it's a morning thing over here in the UK. I had to get that out there as a standalone. Been having a little bit of trouble uploading videos. Sometimes between certain hours, it's like it's a no-go. It won't let me do it. Won't let me do it. So, let me have a look what's going on. Let me have a look what's going on in the chat. Okay, so, what we got here? What's this cat? Who's this cat? X, the one and done. The one and done? X, the one and done? You one and done? Damn. One and done. What planet do you guys live on? I think this is planet Earth, is it not? Is it not planet Earth? I'll stop sharing that. I think it's planet Earth, my friend. Yeah, but the link is in the chat for anybody who wants to come on in and chop it up. We're here for a good time, not a long time. So, what's going on here? Are these USA guys scared of Joshua getting more credit than Mike Tyson? More credit than Mike Tyson. I don't know. I think Mike Tyson's cool. I think it's a Joshua versus LDBC thing. I think it's or rather the LDBC against Joshua. I think Mike Tyson, I did a video on it. Mike Tyson has a lot of praise for Joshua. Yeah, I don't think there's any doubt about it. I don't think there's any doubt about it whatsoever. And just going to go through this chat and then jump into the next thing. Let me scroll through. Okay, so K8 says, the first time Wilder fought someone with a pulse, it was Luis Ortiz. After that fight, he started saying he is the only one fighting tough opponents. Mad. Who did Ortiz beat? Who's Ortiz's best win? Jennings? Who Joyce beat the other day? Jennings? I don't know, man. I don't know. That's not impressive. Deontay Wilder's resume is, well, you know what it is. Let's have a look. What's this? What's this say? Okay, they said the American boxing scene set it back because of grade. Danny Williams could not get a fight after he beat Mike Tyson and lost to Klitschko. What's this? Okay, Wilder's opponents were handpicked. Shelley and Al protected Wilder, and Fury ended that plan. Damn, he ended it brutally. It was a brutal ending. Okay, D bro up in the building. Pablo Diablo up in the building. This will probably be Wilder's last cross promotion. Well, you know, they haven't hit break-even point. They didn't hit break-even point with that Wilder Fury 2. So, boom. That ain't good whatsoever. Yeah, the LDBC. I heard an LDBC. I heard a BFTB. I heard BFTB disrespecting some of the legends of the sport. I thought it was highly disgraceful. He started a video saying he don't respect Evander Holyfield. He don't respect Larry Holmes. He don't respect Mike Tyson. So the man is prepared. That man there, the little poison dwarf, is prepared to disrespect legends of the sport because they have the nerve, the audacity, the temerity to speak out against the wild one, the bronze bomber Wilder. That's terrible disrespect. Terrible, terrible, terrible. It shows you what kind of character you're dealing with when he's prepared to disrespect the likes of Mike Tyson, Evander Holyfield. Who else did he disrespect? Larry Holmes. I mean, Deontay Wilder couldn't tie those boys' shoelaces. Shouldn't call them boys. Men. Boys to men. Full-grown men. Deontay Wilder couldn't tie the shoelaces of an Evander Holyfield. He couldn't carry the jock strap of Larry Holmes. He couldn't shine the shoes of a Mike Tyson. Big disrespect, BFTB. Big disrespect. How dare you? How dare you, the poison dwarf, the poison corgi? How dare you disrespect legends of the sport like that? Message to BFTB. Somebody clip this and send it to him. How dare you disrespect esteemed professionals, guys who fought the top guys without hesitation or equivocation? Yeah, I probably made that last one up. Sue me. Get the Oxford Dictionary people to write me a letter requesting an apology. BFTB, you are a disgrace. Complete and utter disgrace. Okay. If Wilder gets destroyed again, his career is done. I'll tell you what. It's because they knew they kept the, what do you call it? This damn microphone stand is annoying me. I don't like the position. Okay. I like this position. This is much better. Okay. So the issue with Deontay Wilder, what they were doing is they kept his record, they kept his win streak going by picking very low-hanging fruit. Very rarely in Deontay Wilder, only on a couple of occasions in Deontay Wilder's whole damn career has he ever fought top 10 guys. You can count them on one hand. The amount of times Deontay Wilder has fought a legitimate top 10 guy. There's like about two or three of them on his resume. Where are we? Looking through these records now, looking through these stats now, looking through the statistics, check the ballistics of the nozzle. Where is he? There he is. Should I share this? Damn, why am I being so selfish? Why am I being so selfish? Selfish? Let me share this with yo. Where we at? There he is. The bronze bomber.
I am your king. Your king is in fire and spirits.
I don't believe you. We don't believe you. You need more people, Wilder. We really don't believe you. What, 42-1? What's that? 43 fights. How many top 10s are we seeing here? Tyson Fury. Luis Ortiz. Dominic Breezel a consensus top 10? Let's give it to him. And Luis Ortiz. That's 1, 2, 3. Bermain Stavern, 4. Being generous, 4 legitimate consensus top 10 victories on his resume. Damn disgraceful. Okay, as you see here, it says suspended by the Nevada Athletic Commission until, what's that? The 23rd day of the 4th month. 23rd day in April. Okay. Deontay LaShawn Wilder, 43 fights, 4 top 10 guys on his resume. Madness. Complete and utter madness, I tell you. Madness, I tell you. Okay, let me get through the rest of these comments, and then we'll move on to the next topic. Still Deontay Wilder related. It's a Deontay Wilder morning special brought to you by Raphael Dawkins Combat Radio. Been having trouble uploading some videos at some time, so I just thought, what the hell? I got the morning off. Don't start work till later. So let's bang out a morning thing. Let's bang out a morning thing. Okay. Yeah, I think Joshua was and still will be a threat to Mike Tyson's record, even though Joshua is older. I haven't really been watching Mike Tyson's record in relation to Joshua, to be honest. When did this come about? When did this come about? I haven't really thought about it, to be quite frank. Yeah, anybody who hasn't checked out Boxing Talk with Rafi 102, it was a madness. It was a mad one. I don't know how the hell. I think we almost pushed it to almost 4 hours. It was crazy. It was madness, complete and utter madness. A good one, in a good way. In a good way. Pablo Diablo up in the building. Johnny Blaze, 33, up in the building. Damn, I haven't seen Johnny Blaze around here in a while. I haven't seen Arthur Daly around these parts of the woods in the longest while. Damn. Arthur Daly up in the building. Okay, see Fred still bleeding. Oh dear, over the last. Fred is crazy. Yeah, Fred's crazy, but the BFTB, the little poison dwarf, he's totally disrespectful. Totally disrespectful to certain modern legends of the sport. He said the only one he respects is Lennox Lewis. I can't remember his reason for that. Or yeah, I think he said because Lennox Lewis actually tried to teach Deontay Wilder something. But check my damn video. Larry Holmes had Deontay Wilder over at his compound over there in Pennsylvania. The Eastern Assassin tried to teach him to jab. And if you haven't seen my video on Larry Holmes talking about Deontay Wilder, yeah, tried to teach the Bronze Bomber to jab, said it didn't work. What can I tell you? We got Fred phoning the commission. Yeah, Fred phoning the commission. I wonder if he filmed it. Fred phoning the commission about the glove gate. Well, listen, I did a video about Glovegate. I don't know if people fully digested it. Let me just break it down because it cut off at the end before I could do the summary. So, yeah, that's another reason I'm doing a live. So I don't have any issues with the editing and what have you. Don't get it twisted. Don't worry. Rafi will sort out all of that shizzle. It will not affect the end user. I will get the product to market each and every time. You can be rest assured of that. You will get Boxing Talk with Rafi. You will get Raphael Dawkins Combat Radio flowing. Don't worry about that. Get over those hitches. If I get hitches doing a video, I'll just go live. Okay. The FTB said Canelo needed to up his game to get to Wilder's level. The man is a prize clown. Clip this. I'm sick and tired of the poison dwarf disrespecting modern legends of the game for somebody who cannot box. Yes, you heard it.
I'm sick and tired of the poison dwarf disrespecting modern legends of the sport for someone who cannot box. What the hell's that? Yeah? Maybe Deontay Wilder is your cash cow. Them boys over there, it's their cash cow. They need him. They're built names off riding sitting in the next man's lap. How are you going to build a career by sitting in a next man's lap? And then that man gets mollywopped by a cherry pick gone wrong. Because that's what Fury was. They thought he was washed up. They thought he was coked up. They thought he was soaped up. But the first time around, he wasn't at the proper levels. He wasn't at the proper levels. But second time around, he was very smartly took his time. And got some other wins under his belt, some other fights under his belt. Otto Wallin gave him a hell of a run out. Tom Schwartz gave him some nice confidence. He got the knockout. And so he came back prepped for the bronze one. Let me jazz this up a little bit. Is that what I'm looking for? Yeah. OMG. OMG. Oh, that's cruel. That's cruel. That's cruel. OMG. The FTB should develop a line of Deontay Wilder adult dolls. Hey, them things would fly off the shelf. Them things would fly off the shelf over there. Where is the poison corgi? Where is he? Was he in Milwaukee? Baltimore? I heard he moved. I heard they run him out of town recently. The disrespect to the modern legends of the sport from the poison corgi is entirely unacceptable. Unacceptable. I'm amazed at how Wilder fans are so gullible. I think they're deluding themselves. But even the most delusional, the poison dwarf, even the most delusional, I think are coming to their senses, and they listen. I think the scales are falling from their eyes when they saw their king. I am your king. Your king is in great spirits. While the man's face is all lumped up. Yeah, you're not in great spirits, bro. You're not in great spirits, bro. I think the IKEA overnight stock workers are stronger than some of Deontay Wilder's opponents. Them boys are lifting them boxes, carrying those self-assembling units all over the place. Used to deliver that shizzle for a while. Taking it up those home deliveries, going up some of them narrow winding staircases. Oh, bro, didn't need the gym after that. Trust me. A full body workout. When you're twisting around them bendy staircases as well, you know, to get a serious core workout too, all the way from the legs. Matter of fact, I think we've hit upon it. We've hit upon the solution. Deontay Wilder should become an IKEA delivery man. Got weak legs? Oh, climbing up them stairs will sort out your weak legs. You're dropping on the ground to body punches. Yo, them twisting around those narrow staircases will sort out your core. So you need to do some IKEA delivery work. You need to do some IKEA delivery work to sort out your legs and get your core in order. Yeah? You know, climbing them stairs with them boxes, bro. Let me tell you something. It ain't easy. You know, so don't take this thing for joke. Get yourself an application and become an IKEA delivery boy. Work for me. I was back in the day, folks. I don't deliver nothing now but the good word. What's going on? Damn straight. If Mike Tyson can't criticize, if I can't criticize Wilder, then how can anyone have the reasonable debate with BFDB regarding Wilder's career? Yeah, that shizzle is impossible. That's what Big Ant saying. Big Ant, what are you saying? None of the top heavyweights have a lot of signature wins. Why y'all like to get off on Wilder? Wilder will get his belt. Come on, bro. Wilder will get his belts back. Then what y'all gonna say? Yo, I don't think if I thought you meant that, I would take it seriously. If I thought you meant that, I would take those statements seriously, but I don't think you mean that, Big Ant. Come on. You're not a fool. You saw what happened, and you know what's going to happen. He's going to finish. The Gypsy King is going to finish Wilder even quicker the next time. I feel for you, though. That's my prediction. Going to finish him even faster the next time around. I ain't finished with Wilder yet. I ain't finished with the Wilder talk. You know, you guys wanted us to talk about him. Now we're talking about him. Yeah, Wilder's record is way worse than all the other top guys. Way worse than all the other top guys. Yeah. For an 11-year pro career, it sucks. It really does. It really, really does. Let's face it, guys. Wilder has been exposed, and his resume has been exposed. And let's be honest about this. Let's face the facts. Let's face the facts. Let me change the ballistics. All right. There you go. Okay. So let me just finish up this, and then I'm going to move on to the next element of this thing. The next element. That's subject to opinion and bias. Name 3 Hall of Fame boxers that the two Brit champs have fought besides Wilder and the Russian. Wilder's Hall of Fame? Are you crazy? Are you crazy? Who has Wilder beat to make him Hall of Fame? You cannot be serious, my man. You cannot be serious. You cannot be serious, man. I mean, as for Joshua's record, I mean, just off the top of my head, we got wins like Povetkin. Povetkin's better than Ortiz. Povetkin puts Ortiz in his grave. Yeah. Povetkin, world champion, ex-world champion, Olympic gold medalist, seasoned to the hilt. Ortiz couldn't even make it to the Olympics, much less any kind of world championship. Wilder ain't beat nobody. Wilder ain't beat nobody. Best win is maybe Ortiz. I don't even know if that's a better win than Stavern won, because at least Stavern won had a little bit of ambition in that first fight. So I don't know if it's Stavern or, Wilder's best win might be Stavern 1. That's something, ain't it? That's something, ain't it? OMG. Anybody who says that Wilder outboxed Fury in the first fight needs to take their medication on a more regular schedule. They need to take the medication on a more regular schedule. You got fly. Okay, so for Joshua, in his 20, how many fights he had? 24. In Joshua's 24 fights, he's already beat Klitschko, Vladimir Klitschko, genuine Hall of Famer, real Hall of Famer. And when Vladimir Klitschko looked the best he's looked for in years. That's one. And two, who was his best win after that? Was it Povetkin? Was it Povetkin? Ex world champ, Olympic gold medalist, veteran, who would mop the floor with Ortiz? Was it Povetkin? Was it Joseph Parker, the guy who beat Andy Ruiz, ex-unified world champion? So who we got there? We got Klitschko, Vladimir. We got Alexander Povetkin. We got Joseph Parker. We got Dillian White. Been waiting now as the WBC number one contender, number one challenger to the crown for like what, 2 years, 2.5 years. That's a deep resume, my friend. That's a deep resume. Damn, I wonder what Wilder's next costume is gonna be. If the lighter it is, the better it is for him. Then I don't know, man. I fear that the dude might come in a mankini. You know, the Ali G mankini, the Borat mankini. That's my biggest fear. That is my biggest fear. Boxing Jedi up in the building. D Bro up in the building. Big Ant. Samuel Jean. Name a Hall of Famer Wilder's fought. That's impossible. Well, you know, I mean, Fury's gonna be potentially Hall of Famer. So he fought him, but he lost to him. OMG. OMG. And I think what we're doing now, I think we're rolling on to the next topic, still Wilder related. Still Wilder related. What did Donovan Williams say? The only Hall of Famer available was Klitschko. Fury and Joshua fought him. Wilder did not. OMG. OMG. That's just highly deplorable on Wilder's part. Deplorable, I tell you. Deplorable. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Wilder's been very exposed. Very much so. Wilder is nowhere near the Hall of Fame. Listen, let me tell you this. If Wilder ever gets anywhere near the Hall of Fame, it's because his Uber driver took a wrong turn. I said, if Wilder ever gets anywhere near the Hall of Fame, it's because his Uber driver took a wrong turn. Don't get it twisted. Check the ballistics. Those titanium rods, damn it. In the right hand too. %. White, Parker, Takam, Klitschko, Povetkin, Ruiz. Damn, that's like almost everybody. You know what I'm saying? That's a hell of a lot. That's a hell of a lot. White, Parker, Takam, Klitschko, Povetkin, Ruiz. Damn. And now Pulev. I really need to move on to the next topic. I'm just gonna get through this and I'm moving on to the next topic. Hold up. Yeah, Joshua fought all his top 10s in his career. Yeah. Purely top tens. That's all he went for. Damn. And AJ still building. 100. Yeah. Ruiz got those Thunderbirds teeth. Smiling broader than he ever smiled before. And it's not just Colgate, folks. It's not just Colgate. OMG. You could eat an apple through a letterbox. Yeah, more Hall of Shame than Hall of Fame. Okay, and I've come to the bottom of that stream, the talking, the chat. I've come to the bottom now, so I shall move on. I shall move on. Okay, let me share my screen with y'all. Where is it? Share screen. Where is it? Boom, boom, boom. Okay, so yeah, I'm sharing that. So, okay, so we move on. Fury's coach says Wilder should forget trilogy and fight Andy Ruiz next. Okay, so former world champion Andy Lee, who served as a co-trainer for the WBC heavyweight champion Tyson the Gypsy King Fury, advises that Deontay Wilder should avoid an immediate trilogy bout. Okay, last month at the MGM Grand Arena in Las Vegas, Fury stopped Wilder in the 7th round of their bout to capture the WBC title along with the ring belt. Okay, only second heavyweight to get 2 ring belts. First being none other than Muhammad Ali. Not long after his loss, Wilder exercised his contractual option for an immediate rematch. Lee is shocked that Wilder's handlers have allowed him to go directly for a trilogy bout, which is going to be somewhere around targeted for July 18th at the MGM Grand once again. Crime of the scene of the crimes. Scene of the crimes. They always say criminals like to return to the scene of the crime. And so it appears to be in this instance. Okay, so Andy Lee feels Wilder should go another direction, like facing his stablemate and former unified champion, Andy Ruiz Jr., who himself has expressed an interest in facing Wilder. Andy Lee goes on to say, I'm surprised that he and his advisors have taken it, talking about the trilogy fight. I'm sure his ego wants that fight. I think there should be someone saying, let's fight Ruiz or somebody else and come back and fight Tyson again. Then build a little bit more, said Lee to Raphael Dawkins Combat Radio. But champion wants to get it back straight away, and he's got that championship mindset. He's made excuses, but who knows what really was going on when he was training for the fight. Maybe it will be a better performance next time around, but I just can't see how he's going to change enough or sufficiently to dethrone the WBC champion, the Gypsy King, Tyson Fury. Okay, so Ruiz, who like Wilder, is promoted by Premier Boxing Champions, praised Fury's win. He said, I think Fury did what he had to do. He stuck to a game plan, man. I'm pretty sure he could do it again. And I think I could do it also if they pick me. I'm here. I'm ready. Wilder's legs were weak. They were wobbly. Even other punches that he tried to throw, they didn't have a lot of power. So I think Tyson Fury did an awesome job. Awesome job. And I was really shocked because I thought Deontay Wilder was going to win. The words of Andy Lee and Andy Ruiz Jr. Okay, So let me go back into the chat. OMG. OMG. So where are we? Where are we now? Okay. Fighting is about adjustments. Fury adjusted in the second fight. I'm sure Wilder will not come fighting the same. You see how Joshua fought the second fight after getting his ass handed to him? Okay, so now you compliment. Now, belatedly, late in the day, you want to compliment Joshua for coming back and fighting good second time around. You know, it's funny how the comparisons are being drawn. It's funny how the comparisons are now being drawn. Because originally, you cats over there, you LDBC cats, who just wrote off Joshua after the first win. Said he couldn't come back. Said he's going to get whacked again. And he proved you wrong. Badly wrong. And now you're comparing Wilder to Joshua. You're comparing a man without fundamentals to a man with fundamentals. Man, Wilder's just gonna have to go back and work on some basic fundamentals. I mean, but if he ain't got those fundamentals now, then, you know, I mean, he's being complimented for getting better, but he hasn't looked, but he looked pretty terrible in the Ortiz fight. And he looked even worse in the Tyson Fury fight. So the guy is 35 years old. Is it not possible that the guy might just be deteriorating? You know, his body doesn't hold up well under strain, under the pressure. His body hasn't been holding up well these last few years. Can he make another run at 35 with a failing body? Can Deontay Wilder make another run? Got that Colgate smile. Got that Colgate smile, does Ruiz. Can Deontay Wilder make another run? Wilder's a puncher's chance. You can't count him out, but he needs to sort out his defense and bring more on the attack. I mean, yeah, for real. I mean, but you see, Wilder, I mean, Wilder's thing, I mean, it's with the feet. It's with the feet. Wilder's basic foot movement is all over the place. He's all over the place. So that's what, you know, it's not just a simple fix. It's not just a simple fix. I mean, how long has this guy had to work on his fundamentals, and now he's going to have to go back to a training camp to work on how to move his damn feet? Is that what you're telling me? Is that what you're telling me, Big Ant? Is that what the LDBC are telling me? Is that what the Poison Dwarf is telling me? The man's going to have to go back and work on some basic fundamentals. Going to have to learn to move his feet, dance to the beat, and the funky beat. Damn. Smash that like button, folks. Larry Holmes says Wilder quit. If you haven't checked my video on what Larry Holmes said about Deontay Wilder, then I recommend you to do so. Yeah. Let me just looking at a few things over here. What's going on over there? Okay, so that was last one. Ashraf, you think it's possible Wilder can bounce back like AJ did? Switch up his style? Well, anything is possible. Anything is possible, but I have to wonder. Is it probable? Possible, yes. Probable, I don't. It's possible, but not probable. That's my answer to that. It's possible, but not probable. I see Wilder I see Fury just coming in to tear Ish up. You know what I mean? He's just looking to tear Ish up. Larry Holmes, where's that? Let me kill that. Where's the link to that? A lot of people haven't caught that, but you're missing a gem. You're missing an absolute gem. So where am I? Where am I? I'm gonna put the link. Boom, boom, boom. Okay, so Larry Holmes. I'm putting that link in the permanent chat section. Larry Holmes speaks on Wilder. Okay, so that now there, Wilder. That now there is right there in the permanent chat. So don't go anywhere, folks. You can check that later at your leisure. So let me get back to what people are saying. Yeah, so to answer the question, Wilder can win, but I see it as possible rather than probable. What I'm saying is probably not. Why? Because he's just got so much to work on. He's got so much to work on. First of all, he's got to get a job at IKEA, carry her as a delivery man, so he can walk upstairs with those heavy loads. I've done that job, and I tell you what, it strengthens the thighs, the calves, and the maximus glutamus. You crack walnuts with your glutes. You know, lugging those self-assembly units up those tight stairs, around the corners. You gets the sweat on and gets your core activated. All the way from your feet up to your rib cage. Not to mention the arms and the shoulders. It's a full body workout. Believe you me, it's a full body workout. That separates the men from the boys. A lot of people can't last doing that kind of shizzle. I did that back in the Dizzy, and I still remember it to this day. To this day. From a psychological standpoint, I think he might be, if not done, he's cracked. Seriously cracked. The psychology is cracked, dented. And let's not get it twisted. I think part of the pain, part of the hurt associated with the losses that Deontay Wilder they'd been steering him on weak opposition. They'd been feeding him a steady diet of weak opposition up until latterly. Only lately did they step up in his first fight with Luis Ortiz after winning the belt from Bummain Stubborn. I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. And they were feeding him this steady diet in the hope that he was going to be breaking records, whilst eating an inferior diet to man's like Evander Holyfield, Mike Tyson, Lennox Lewis, Muhammad Ali, all them man. Larry Holmes was feeding him a steady diet of chumps for the most part. And with the hope to get into 50-0. That became a target, the 50-0. And then Tyson Fury interfered with that. There'd have to be a 1 in the draw column. So that interfered with it, but didn't kill it. Kind of killed it. No, not totally killed it. And then he suffered the defeat. So now he can never be 50-0. That's gone out the window. I think that was a tough blow for them. You almost broke a record for the most defenses. I think Muhammad Ali's record for the most defenses of the heavyweight crown, or the WBC crown, and that would have been an abomination. That would have been a travesty of justice. You know, but the elements came in. The elements came in. Nature came in and blew a strong wind and set asunder such a terrible potentially terrible outcome of a man who got fed on a poor diet. That's how we say, a poor diet, ascending or passing. A type of the like of Muhammad Ali. Surpassing him. No, unacceptable. And the gods said no. The gods said no. That's out of the question. Sent a strong wind and knocked over those plants. Blew them away. Blew them away. And Deontay Wilder was blown away. We saw it. Saw what happened. I'm sure Ruiz did a Dillian Light laugh. Yeah, man. I should bring that laugh up. Damn. That was a classic moment. A classic moment. Okay, what we got here before I move on to the next topic. We're here for a good time, folks, not for a long time. Smash that like button, hit that bell icon to make sure you're subscribed, and make sure that you click in the subscription notification box to receive notifications for when we go live and drop a new video. What's going on here? Well, needs to sort out his defense, develop a better jab, develop an inside game, and a better left hook all in 4.5 months. That's one hell of a tall order. It's a tall order. Personally, I think he should focus on the jab, all the way. Well, I mean, I think I might be going live tonight, so we're going to be looking more at Fury tonight. So this morning it's Wilder. It's a two-parter. This morning we're looking at Wilder. And in the evening tonight, we're looking at Fury. We're scrutinizing Fury because I've done a recent video. I think people don't understand it because the damn thing shut off before I reached the conclusion. So I will be fleshing out that. I'll be fleshing that out in tonight's show. And let me see what the name of it is. Oh yeah, here it is.
Tyson Fury in their second fight.
Yeah, that is the one. Let me get the link to that, and I'm going to put that in the permanent comment section. I'm going to put that in the permanent comment section of this video. And what I want to say about that video is that it talks about Tyson Fury's fight with John McDermott. The second fight. Remember, John McDermott is the guy that a lot of people feel beat Tyson Fury early in his career. And he had some interesting things to say about some glove issues. You see, they are supposed to be under the British Boxing Board of Control rules. I don't know about now, but certainly then. The fighters had to be wearing the same gloves, the same type of glove. But John McDermott turned up to, let me write this in first, now I'll flesh it out. So John McDermott talks about, where are we? John McDermott talks about glove scandal. Okay, so he talked about a glove scandal when he turned up to fight Tyson Fury and found that it was in the contract that Tyson Fury, Frank Maloney, remember the guy who used to manage Lennox Lewis back in the day, the little short guy who had a gender reassignment or gender change of heart or whatever you call that, now lives as a woman. Well, he had an agreement. He was the manager, and he set it up so that he arranged it so that Tyson Fury, unbeknownst to John McDermott. Let me share that screen. Let me not be selfish. He arranged it so John McDermott, unbeknownst to boom. There we go. Share that. Why can't I see that? Why can I not see that? Am I sharing? That's quite bizarre. Theoretically, I'm sharing. Add to the string. Okay, now I'm sharing. Yeah, so so it was arranged that Tyson Fury would be wearing these raised gloves. Now, raised glove, that's horsehair. You know, raised gloves, when you get hit with the raised gloves, you know, Jim McDonald was, what's this guy's name? John McDermott. Jim McDonald was John McDermott's trainer, Jim McDonald. And he said to John McDermott, he said to him, well, Tyson Fury wearing the raised gloves with horsehair is that designed to cause brain damage. And your gloves, the BBE gloves, are designed to prevent brain damage. So John McDermott decided, nah, well, I'm not having this. So they went and bought some gloves, or got the owner of a boxing apparel shop, got him to go bring them some raised gloves. So he bought 2 pairs. And Tyson Fury's camp, they kicked up a stink. They said, no, we paid Frank Maloney to wear these gloves and paid him to have you wear those gloves. So we got the brain damage gloves. They had the brain damage gloves, and John McDermott was left holding the brain damage prevention gloves. So John McDermott threatened to walk out. And the Sky guy, because I think the Sky is being broadcast by Sky. The Sky guy approached him and said, yo, if you get in that car and drive off, we will sue you for every penny of this production and more. So I've already given too much away. About that. So, but that's for tonight's show. We're going to look at that and more Tyson Fury related stuff on tonight's show. But this is the morning show. That's a little something for the Raphael Dawkins Combat Radio crew. So, you know, I don't just go in on, we're not just looking at Deontay Wilder. We're looking at the bigger picture. We're looking at both of the combatants in this next trilogy fight because we want them to get it on and get it out of the way so we can move on. Can we move on? Okay. What's going on here? Big Ant can't sleep. Big Ant, where you at? While the last got to y'all cry, Zai. OMG. Yeah, so what does Wilder need to do? Wilder needs to work on some grappling. Needs to work on his footwork, number one, because he needs to know how to move. He needs to get some strength into those twiglet legs. He needs to get some strength into those twiglet legs. He's gonna have to learn to do some jinking. He's gonna have to learn to move forward. He's gonna have to learn to move laterally. He's gonna have to learn to move sideways. He's gonna have to learn to change angles. He has to learn to change angles like 50 times in a round. 50 times he's got to change angles in a round. Keep on moving perpetually. Backwards, forwards, sideways. Boom, boom. And attacking going forward, attacking going laterally, and attacking going back and changing angles. Duck down, switch round, and he's going to have to learn how to stand up grapple. If you don't know what I'm talking about, when we're talking about the stand up grapple, I think we did a long piece with that back a while ago with EJ. Did a piece about that with AJbxng, talking about the grappling component of boxing. And I'm going to be looking tonight, we're going to be looking at the grappling component used by Tyson Fury, because Tyson Fury used a lot of wrestling in there. We're also going to be looking, as I did in the video I just mentioned with John McDermott, we're also going to be looking at how Tyson Fury uses his gloves. Glovegate is down to a misunderstanding of how Tyson Fury uses his glove. I'm going to do a breakdown, a thorough breakdown of that. I do a breakdown in the John McDermott video, but I'm going to go deeper. We're going to go deeper. That's more like a tickle. We're going to go deeper into it tonight. You know what time it is? It's 10 p.m. UK time, a boxing talk with Rafi tonight. This morning, we're looking at the Deontay Wilder side of things. Tonight, we're going to be looking at the Tyson Fury side of things. Double jab, throw, the right hand, move, slip and move, slip, slip, slip and move. Slip and move, 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 slip and move. Slip and move. Everybody. Yeah. Move, slip, move, jab, right, double jab, right, slip and move. Move, attack, slip and move again consistently. The maximus glutimus for that weighted, that loaded stair climb. While he would put his back out working at IKEA, you can't carry 45 pounds. He's done ski. Damn it. To this day. While he would be crushed mentally. Damn. Crushed. LDBC, are you listening? You can't go into a fight not believing you're going to win. Don't think he's crushed mentally. My main worry is he will just double down instead of trying something else. Hey, if he doubles down, he gets knocked out of there in half the time. If he doubles down, he don't want to do that. He don't want to do that. Don't do that. Do not do that. What are we looking at here? Okay, that's interesting. Interesting. Very, very interesting. Okay, so, I think we're going to be moving on to the next topic. Moving on to the next topic. Okay, right, so let me just run through some of these comments here. I don't buy the glove stuff one bit. There's nothing wrong with the gloves. The way the issue with the gloves, go check. I think I've put the link to. Yeah. You got 2 links to 2 videos, 2 recent videos. And in the John McDermott one, I tell you why. I go through why Tyson Fury's gloves look strange and floppy. I go through that. It's nothing to do with the glove. And it's all about the way he uses the glove. But I'll be chopping that more. I'll be chopping that up more tonight in the night show. Yeah. but I also chop it up in the John McDermott video. It's titled "The New Third Tyson Fury Glove Scandal," and that's a two-parter. The first part of that is talking about John McDermott's experience. John McDermott, the guy who fought Deontay Wilder, his experience with glove irregularities. Glove irregularities. Nothing irregular about the actual glove, but the irregularities surrounding the glove choice. Tyson Fury wore rays. That's with horsehair. It's hard-hitting gloves. Whilst he had contractually had John McDermott obliged to wear BBE gloves. Those are much softer, much gentler on the brain. So that's the first part of that video. The second part goes into looking at how and why some people over there in the LDBC are seeing Tyson Fury's gloves look kind of wrong. But that's down to the way he uses the glove, not the actual glove themselves. So check that video out, and for sure check out the night show. This is the morning show over here in the UK. Okay. Yeah, he got beat down. Didn't give him a round. Very loud deals like that. That's blatant buying of advantage. Yeah, that's terrible. Terribly unacceptable. We're talking about Tyson Fury wearing raised glove and contractually obliging his opponent, John McDermott, to wear some BBE gloves, which are much kinder on the brain. Gotta get back to work, Last King. Yes, big up yourself, my friend. Big up yourself. Yeah, this is gonna be a short one. Well, relatively short one. Well, shorter than my usual one. So we ain't got long now. We're going into the last topic. Going into the last topic. Yeah. Okay. So, right. Let's get into the last topic of the show. And this is a good one. I'll share my screen on this one. Share that. Okay, so I should be sharing. Okay, so Paulie Malignaggi says, Wilder tried to get me fired from Showtime job. Damn. So Paulie Malignaggi. Yeah, Paulie Malignaggi respects the extreme competitor within Deontay Wilder. Malignaggi remembers how difficult it was to accept his first professional loss, a physically grueling unanimous decision defeat to Miguel Cotto in June 2006, Madison Square Garden. The former two-time champion's pride hurt as much back then as his facial fractures he suffered, while legitimizing himself as a top junior welterweight contender in that memorable bout. Okay, so Wilder still lost. Wilder still lost Malignaggi when he used his heavy costume as an excuse for his 7th round technical knockout defeat to Tyson the Gypsy King Fury in their WBC heavyweight championship fight, February 22nd, MGM Grand Garden Arena, Las Vegas. Okay, so Malignaggi said on the AJbxng show on Sirius XM that Wilder should have kept his feelings about how his outfit affected his performance to himself. Deontay in the ring, he said, I'm not going to make no excuse. I'm not going to make no excuses. Malignaggi, an analyst for Showtime, said, and then he made 40 of them. You know what I mean? And he's not the first guy to do that. But from a competitive standpoint, I totally understand that you don't accept a loss. You figure out a reason why it happened. the retired Malignaggi actually has more of an issue with Wilder's reaction to criticism of his performance in the first fight against Fury. Malignaggi expressed during Showtime's pay-per-view telecast of Wilder Fury 1 the Fury deserved the victory in that 12-round draw, what was called a draw, in December 2018, Staples Center, Los Angeles. So according to Malignaggi, Wilder attempted after that fight to have him and his fellow broadcaster Steve Farhood removed from their Showtime position. Farhood, a long-time Showtime commentator, unofficially scored their first fight for Fury during their network's telecast. Here's the problem I have, and this is where I think Deontay Wilder had a problem in the last couple of years. Malignaggi said nobody around him is honest anymore, in my opinion, because when you say certain things publicly, you've already said them in your circle. You don't just randomly say stuff publicly that you have not said in your circle, even in passing. So starting from the first Fury fight, somebody should have been like, yo, player, you didn't win that fight. You got away with it. Just run with it and say, yo, I'm going to make it even better the next time around. But Deontay did not do that. He tried to get me fired from Showtime and all this other stuff, you know? He was trying to get me and Farhood removed. So I have sort of an issue with that, because I don't have an issue with you being competitive and you not liking, but I do have an issue with you not liking criticism. I don't have an issue with that. Oh, sorry, he doesn't have an issue with that, because you're not supposed to like criticism, but you're not supposed to try to get people fired just for expressing their honest opinion, you know? And in this second fight here, I don't feel there were many adjustments made by Wilder in the second fight. Fury made all the adjustments. Wilder didn't really, Wilder didn't really look different. He actually looked worse because Fury made the adjustments to make him look worse. But now you have to fast forward to after the fight, talking about the robe. Yo, that thing was heavy. Man, the outfit was heavy. Not one of your team has the testicles to say anything about it. And that is a shame. He's got too many yes men around him. Okay, and that was an article about Deontay Wilder trying to get Paulie Malignaggi out of there, trying to get him fired. That's a shame. That's a big, big shame. Paulie Malignaggi. Okay, let's go back over. Stop sharing. That's for one. And let's go back over into the chat. Let me see if I can get real slick with this. I just saved the picture over there. And theoretically, I'm now going to open it over here as we discuss this thing. And look at that. Abracadabra. Well, please, all live on the fly. So let's talk about this. Okay, where are we at? Where are we at? Scrolling through. Well, it certainly needs to learn not to pull straight back. He needs to learn about angles. Somebody needs to talk to him about angles. Show him an angle. Yes, Last King. Catch you tonight. I got money. Wilder wins the rematch. That's how we end talking in the States. Put some money on it. Any takers? Yeah. I'll put some money on it. There's a way where you can deposit a certain amount of money into a thing, both parties, and the winner takes it out. Find out what that's called, and I'll put some money on that. Find out what that thing's called and how it works, and I'll put some money on that. No problem at all. Yeah, I heard that George Foreman is being involved with Wilder. I don't know how true that is. I don't know how true that is, but you know what? That's something that we're going to have to look into. That is something we're going to have to look into, no doubt. Wilder accepts George Foreman. Wilder accepts George Foreman. Let's see what comes up. Boxing legend George Foreman. Does he say he accepts it? George Foreman offer. Deontay Wilder accepts. I'm seeing articles here saying George Foreman, Tyson, Fury. Let me go to news. George Foreman makes stunning offer. Sensationally stumped. Deontay Wilder said he could have survived any era due to his power. Yeah, I'm not seeing any official official confirmation of Deontay Wilder accepting George Foreman's offer. Not seeing it. I'm not seeing that on any of the major reliable.
Let's bring in someone who made his.
Hey, stop that. Don't want no copyright issues. What you doing? What you doing? What you doing? What you doing? George Foreman. Tyson Fury is afraid of.
Let's bring in someone who made his living knocking people.
Deontay Wilder. But he will go 12. What's the date on that? 20th of February. Okay, that was wrong. That was proved wrong. So, yeah, I'm just seeing videos. I'm seeing videos on it, but I ain't seeing nothing. Okay. George Foreman says Mike Tyson hit harder than Deontay. That's fine. Wilder accepts George Foreman's offer. No, I ain't seen no hardcore legit. I ain't seen no hardcore legit sites agreeing to that. I'm not seeing no hardcore sites agreeing to that, confirming that. Let me go to a particular site. Let me go to a particular site. I might put a bit on Wilder. Yeah, I might put a bit on Wilder. He could always spring an upset. That's not beyond the realms of possibility. Yeah. It's a clever strategy. It's a clever strategy used by Tyson Fury. It's illegal. The palm slaps and the strike and the slap in the face into position and pow with the right hand. But that's for tonight. Yeah. It's always going to be the fist. But the slaps are used for a particular purpose. Go check the video. Go check my video. How are you, Monique? How are you today? Go check my what's it called? Go check my video about what is it? What's it called? Yeah, the new third Tyson Fury glove scandal. It's a two-parter. Go check that video for the technique that Tyson Fury uses, the slapping technique and its purpose. It's actually it's an illegal technique, but it's very smart. It's very smart. Yeah, the palm strike is not the wrist. Indeed. Indeed. No. The palm isn't going. A palm slap is not going to hurt Fury more than his opponent. The slap is basically one. It's kind of jolting. It's a bit of a shock to get slapped. A, and B, it's a setup for the right hand. It's an illegal move. Not really concussive, particularly concussive, but it does line up the face for the right hand. It shocks you. It shocks you on the left, coming from the left, and then boom, you get another shock when you get the right. It won't hurt Fury. The slaps are there for a purpose. Yes, Marla, thanks for jumping in, my friend. Peace out. I am live. I am live. It's the morning show. It's the morning show. And then we're going into the evening show tonight. This show has been focused on Deontay Wilder. Let me take that resume thing off now, because it's not about the resume now, Mao. That was back then. This morning show is focused on Deontay Wilder. And then the night show will be focused on Tyson Fury and Tyson Fury going forward. Tyson Fury going forward. And looking at the glove gate, it's moved on now from the glove to the John McDermott. The John McDermott video I did called the third Tyson Fury glove scandal. And that's a two-parter. Most people who have commented on it seem to have misunderstood. It's a two-parter. The first part of that video talking about the irregularities during their fight, during Tyson Fury's fight with John McDermott. It's talking about these irregularities. Stop sharing. What is that? I want to share something, but not that. Screen share. Boom, boom, boom. So, yeah, it's the Raphael Dawkins. It's the Combat Radio. It's the morning show. Don't know what time you'll see it, wherever it is, wherever you are. But we're coming back tonight. Coming back tonight with the night show. Boxing Talk with Rafi 103. I think we chopped up this Deontay Wilder thing up nicely. So 10 p.m. UK time tonight. Boxing Talk with Rafi. This has been a look at Deontay Wilder's resume. And also looking at, we took a look at the, what do you call it? We took a look at Andy Lee's words relating to and regarding whether Deontay Wilder should take the trilogy. And then we went on to look at Paulie Malignaggi's words. So we've had a nice little 3 big topic show. And I think we've chopped it up nicely. Okay. So what am I doing here? Getting rid of one picture so you can see the video I'm talking about. You should certainly have a look at. Very, very interesting. The new third Tyson Fury glove scandal. You should check that out and understand that it's a two-parter. Two-parter. Okay, so what can I say? I'd like to thank everyone for jumping in. to unusual morning show, but I had some time this morning. Don't start work till later. So I thought, let me go live. Let me see how this works out. Let me go live and share with you. Okay. So there's nothing else to say. It's the Raphael Dawkins. It's the Combat Radio. It's the like. It's the subscribe. It's the comments. It's the shares. And it is the hitting that bell icon to stay updated with news and notifications. So, have your say. It's Raphael Dawkins. It's the Combat Radio. And the only thing left for me to say is blessed.